with the AWP has been having a rough time. HS Dot, as good as she was doing, she also, wasn't necessarily spectacular. And a lot of that obviously has to come down to CLG being so incredibly dominant. And I think that that's really gonna call into play the team synergy here from Saints. How are they now going to adapt after that honestly brutal loss on the first map?
At least get the start off things here on that CT side. Have a smoke. We'll be boosting up. Oya has a nice pair of dualies in her hands, so she can play off the close angle. Of course, if CLG decide to go that way, and so far, they're actually eager to take down middle here. They have a couple of players top of mid, throwing in some util. He will deal with window effortlessly. Of course, that is pretty much the only pieces of utility that they do have, so they definitely value middle here. When BiBiAhn actually goes down.
Oh yeah, trying to hold the line here with these dualies and getting a lot of work done. CLG gonna hightail it over towards the A side. It has been called though, so it's gonna be up to Kelsey to try and hold the line.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, right as she looks away, head has been taken off. At least there is a bomb plant here for CLG, but at the end of the day, Saints make it clean. All 5 of them remain alive. Get that pistol round home. Of course, question being, can they convert? That was the struggle happening over on... Oh, sorry. Well, that scared me for a good second. But they have a kid, so it's fine. But yeah, so CLG most likely, because they have some cash right now in the bank, they could go and force up here. And if they steal it away from Stains, it's going to be shutting down the economy and the momentum immediately.
Just a quick update for those that are interested. I mentioned that Team Factor versus Starfish was in overtime. It is currently at 19-17. That match is going the distance. We do have a community stream for that. If you want to go check that out, it is on Benny Kagi on his Twitch. So yeah, go have a look if you're interested in how that match is shaping up. As CLG look to confirm themselves this map. It's been a rough start in that first round, but as you said, able to force in now some upgrades, quite a few Mac 10s that could give them the exact entry they need.
So much util as well. Look at this execute. The smoke wall is up. BiBiAhn gets the opening kill, and suddenly trouble is up here for Saints. And look at the aggression. Match just goes on through, actually still gets a kill. But I guess now they're getting maybe a bit too confident here, pushing the smokes. The bomb's still not yet planted. At least BiBiAhn will find one more back. Kelsey covers the bomb, but so has Daria. Already creeps on out, gets the double. And with that, alright, Saints maintaining control. Make sure that this second round goes their way as well.
Alright, so 3 Mac 10s. You're expecting that level of aggression. Some great util comes out, great smokes to lock down. But then CLG just kind of run into the smokes with very, very little information. And so they become a little bit overwhelmed. And Saints do a really good job of waiting it out. Instead of pushing through those smokes too aggressively to try and answer back, they give a little bit of space. And as soon as CLG walk out into the open, they're able to shut it down with relative ease. This is exactly the start that Saints needed.
Love the nades coming out. Definitely doing a good chunk of damage. Goosebreeder already taken out, and it's just piece by piece. Looking once again very clean out of Saints. Exactly what we like to see. The bomb also being a bit of a tricky spot now to recover, because there's a crossfire set up with connector. And this low smoke makes things even trickier. There's so little vision to work with. They know someone is behind that smoke. Now, Sckrafft actually being blinded by a teammate, not too ideal, but this is fine. They have so much control, they have so much time to work with. And there we go, Sckrafft, patience pays off, gets the 2k. And Saints are up to a good start, having a good chunk of money, have full-on rifles up on the table. But the real test from CLG is yet to come.
Yeah, Saints get through their bonus pretty unscathed. Convert. And now they're in a really, really good spot. But yes, CLG now able to buy in for themselves. This is a very, very dangerous knife's edge position for Saints to be in. They can't afford to get overly confident here. They need to play this safe as they have been the previous rounds. Because if CLG win this one, that could be it.
Right now, CLG just playing a bit more of a default strategy here. A couple of players in towards middle. Once again, it seems that they do want to prioritize this part of the map in order to have an extra gateway in towards the site. They're playing it very slow for the time being, waiting out some responses. You know, how much can you bait up the utility of your opponent? So far, Head being spotted in towards connecting. Instead, though, the fight once again will be won by Sckrafft. Very important kill to be getting. The smoke upon, so further delay is present. And it might cause CLG to work some magic in towards sure Goosebreeder. Not quite decisive. With that, openings across the table once again for Saints.
It was one of those moments where you check that angle, not expecting anything to be there. And unfortunately, there was someone there. Goosebreeder loses out that battle, and the rest of CLG just fall like dominoes. So isolated across the map. And that was Saints' win condition on Vertigo. They weren't able to make it happen. Now we're seeing it here. They are isolating those duels very, very effectively. And CLG have really struggled. They've taken a much slower... I mean, they try to rush... fast hit when they had the Mac 10s. That didn't work out. Then they come in on their actual buy round. They take a slower approach, but Sckrafft has really come online now in a way that she hadn't on the previous map, and so that's been a huge deciding factor. She gets the opening kills in the previous round, and in the round before that, she gets the cleanup kills. So she really is playing a super pivotal role at the moment, and if she can keep that up, maybe Saints are in with a chance here.
Yeah, and look at this. This was the timer being called by CLG Red here. Actually looks to be that they want to force... Oh, no, it's a bit of a hot buy, excuse me. So they, of course, have a nice chunk of loss bonus. So instead, BiBiAhn and Kelsey will pick up some Galils, have a few pieces of util and a Mac 10 and 2 upgraded pistols. So they keep some reserves, but look at this. Fast-paced aggression over towards B, make a lot of noise. And instead, that bomb is sitting in ramp, will actually get dropped. Very tough situation right now. They can pick it back up, but there's a lot of information. And look how aggressive the CTs now want to become. Does come at a cost. I just thought, in fact, goes down. So Saints don't want to go too aggressive anymore. Just keep the eyes up on the close corners where those Ts can creep out from. And take it slow.
This was a solid position from Saints as well. There was the attempt at the fake over towards B, but some of the CLG players' positions were found out over on ramp. And that gave Saints all the information they needed that it wasn't going to be a B hit. They should hold the line. And once again, they clean up the last vestiges of CLG. It's only Goosebreeder left, and she could possibly get a little exit for herself. But more than that, seems pretty unlikely. The CLG, well, they lose another round. And Saints are looking much better now than we'd seen them previously.
It's looking like quite an amazing beginning. Obviously, this time we have a Mirage instead of an overpass. CLG picking into the different map, perhaps expecting more anti-stratting than coming out of Saints and them being better prepared than last time around. But so far, Mirage is looking really good. This was, though, about the amount of rounds that Saints were able to get on their first half. So this usually is somewhat of a benchmark. But already having fined, and CLG still stuck on 0. It's a good start, and it gives that potential here for more.
CLG again taking a very, very slow approach to this. They've burned out a little bit of that utility over towards B, trying to pull out those rotations. Now Bomb is going to start heading back over towards A. But again, Saints have been so patient. They've got, obviously, Olya holding towards mid. She's able to rotate to either A or B as needed, and then 2 players on either side. They've really kind of locked it down here. And this should be a difficult one for CLG. Again, I think the pivot point here could be Sckrafft. If she gets taken out there in mid, nope.
And just in time, she can now continue to focus back up on the side. There's not, well, actually, there is a bit of a crossfire. So an immediate trade is here. And Olya, of course, also present over towards CT. Isn't even necessary for the time being. It is Sckrafft doing most of the work here. Kaude now, in a 1 versus 2, already has gotten 2 kills. Trying to see if she could separate the 2 fights. Needs to turn around. A panic hits. And Saints are just on a roll.
Again, Sckrafft with the opening kill. Then the follow-up, then the 3rd kill with the deagle after she ran out of bullets. I mean, she's been nuts. Eventually, she gets taken down. Kaude is able to get 2 for herself in a 1 versus 2. Obviously, doesn't spot the player in the smoke, so she's looking for the player out towards a main, and, well, unfortunately not able to find that as the crossfire comes in. But it was close. It was down to the wire. And it was another round that Sckrafft basically secured for Saints. And CLG looking a little bit more lost than we expected here.
Oh, that's the opening. I think the player with the bomb even has been spotted. So much intel. You can see the rotations already coming on through. It is on paper, of course, should be once again Saints their round. Maybe there's a bit of wiggle room here. There's a smoke, a flash, and a molly here to work with. They're just waiting it out. Maybe the CTs will get aggressive, but instead, Saints, they know how to play the game. They know that bomb needs to come towards them. Instead, they too will be waiting it out.
Can we just take a moment? Sckrafft has almost double the number of kills as the entirety of CLG.
She's 14 in 1. Yeah. 14 KD. It's absolutely insane.
And CLG have a total of 8 kills. If she gets 2 kills in this round, she is double the number of kills, assuming that obviously CLG don't get any for themselves. I mean, that is
there is room. There is certainly room for it. Well, that's the first. And there we go. Second is up on the table, perhaps even more. All right, Aisha's chimes in as well. Grabs 2 for herself. But this is insane. 16 in 1. And obviously, that was some pistols. That was a relatively easy round to be picking up. But her presence down in middle, they are pretty much unable to shut it down every single time. There's always a tiny gap in the smoke, where she uses a flash to support herself, get the kills. It becomes very tricky because CLG usually use a lot of util in order to gain that mid control, and it's just not paying off.
But weirdly enough, they've forgone mid. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've been heavily leaning towards one site or another. They'll maybe send Goosebreeder into mid to go on like an exploratory mission, and she keeps losing to Sckrafft. I think that maybe if they took more of a presence in mid, maybe they'd have a better opportunity. Use some of that utility, shut down the sightlines, overrun either Olya in window or Sckrafft in that connector position. Maybe that gives them the edge they need.
All right, here we go. Kaude at least sets up the pace here. Sckrafft is out. So, good start of the round here for CLG. Not only did they get the opening, they get that one player out. But I do like this response. Saints go for a bit of a peek. Now, they're not quite aware there's a player at the moment in Palace, so that might come to hunt them. Of course, both players have been missing each other, so who knows what this control and this information could do for Saints.
Mid to A is basically free and clear for the taking. Oh. There you go. The one person holding the angle bunny is taken off the board. The A site is completely available. The lurk out into CT spawn or into T spawn did not actually pay off.
Oh, the double ding coming on through. At least it will get scouted out, but the control has been established. The util is in place. It makes things definitely a lot more tricky here for Saints in order to retake your R player down. You have all your up and a lot of close angles to work with. And the time is starting to tick. Goosebreeder, BiBiAhn get a kill each. And they're looking to secure their very first round up on the table. They actually do. Very convincingly so. This is the spirit. This is what we saw back on Vertigo. And this we need more of.
I'm convinced that they went into that round like, all right, we are sick of this chicken connector. And then they do that nice little boost. K-Day gets that kill instantly. They manage to avoid Olia's line of sight entirely, so they don't put themselves in danger. Sckrafft off the board, and with HSDOT going on an exploratory mission through T-Spawn, A site completely free and available for overrunning. That was kind of equal parts CLG finally taking control in mid and getting that really pivotal kill for themselves, as well as Saints. I'm not sure I necessarily think that the exploratory mission was the best idea when you only had one player over towards that A site. Your amount of information is severely limited at that point, and CLG do really well to not give away that information before they actually execute.
Let's see what the approach this time will be to have a boost. This time, doesn't go quite noticed. Instead, though, Mads works some magic. Gets that player over towards the B site. So perhaps an opening here to be created. But CLG, of course, they're ever so patient. Oh, Rumbo's not quite working out. It's a bit of a counter flash there, but BiBiAhn still makes work again. Sckrafft is out. And I think as soon as you take that one home, there is definitely a lot to be taken for. Still a good crossfire setup and connected, but again, one of the crucial players taken out. Maybe Daria can find a way back in, but instead it is only Oya with an AWP and a Dream. 1 versus 4, no scope, not quite hitting. There we go, eventually it will, but not before the trades are up on the table. Simply too much presence this time around coming out of CLG.
It really is a game of taking out your opponent's queen, right? I think back to Vertigo in the 2 rounds that Saints won, they were able to get BiBiAhn off the board really early. And that kind of helped them pivot to the round win. Unless, of course, K-Day was still alive, you know. But on this one, it's a similar thing for CLG. Take Sckrafft off the board, and you very quickly have an opening in onto the sides.
Very quick openings, actually, on both ends of the spectrum. And right now, BiBiAhn's just sitting behind the smoke and goes completely unchecked. An amazing play coming out of her. So, again, player advantage for Saints, but CLG are not done with this round just yet. Good opening. Once again, Matt also has been doing quite well, even though technically still going negative, but she is slowly creeping up that scoreboard alongside BiBiAhn. So is K-Day. Once she has that all back into her hands, it is looking so nice and crisp, and only HSDOT is left. Perhaps she can see if there's an upgrade still for her to be finding, at least then bring an AK, for example, in her hands, or even a fallen AWP. Alright, AK will have to be instead, that's fine. CLG is starting to get some momentum up on the board as well.
Oh, Sckrafft hasn't been able to get a kill in 3 rounds. Like, she was literally double the number of kills that CLG had, but because they're either shutting her down, so 2 rounds in a row, they get those kills pretty early, or in the previous round, they just circumvent her entirely. Mads gets a kill over towards the B side, rotation comes through, Sckrafft takes a while, obviously she has to rotate with the rest of the team. By that point, CLG already have control of the site. So they're able to stop her from getting too much value. Or any value, for that matter.
And look at this. Saints, their economy, it's down the drain. It's only HSDOT with, of course, a safe rifle, but the rest are up on pistols. So CLG have a bit of room to work with in order to creep on closer to the scoreline of Saints. Now, ideally, you want to see if you can make this one clean as well. Goosebreeder, look at how much space she has gathered. Needs to be a bit careful, obviously, with the Mac 10 long range. It is far from ideal. But she can actually make so much noise. And look at this. All of the attention is up on the A site.
Oh, no.
And at the same time, Bomb is going to be going down on B. And she could just continue the cleanup game.
This positioning from Goosebreeder was massive. Obviously, Saints gambled the A site, and I mean, this could have gone very differently. If they'd gambled B, that could have been a few more kills for them, but instead they do gamble the A. Goosebreeder heads over that side, gets 2 kills for herself. Okay, not 3. She very low HP there. And that opens up so much space because she's catching the Saints players as they're trying to rotate over towards B. Like, she plays her part perfectly. And it's not a flawless round for CLG, but they only lose 2 players. So into this round, they're fine. They're slowly closing that gap. Saints have started to give over a lot of that control very, very quickly and far too easily to CLG.
Yeah, the money is actually in a really good place for CLG Red here as well. Obviously, there's not that many rounds left here in the first half. So to give yourself that bit of a buffer is really nice because you don't want, of course, Saints here to be walking away with too many rounds. Oh, bit of a rough start there. Immediately, Oya missing the timing, misses the shot therefore as well. Obviously, some players have gone noted, but at the end of the day, could have been an opportunity, could have been the opening for Saints. Instead, it will go the way of CLG once again. Was towards a different side of the map as they had a push coming down on Palace. So you can see, Saints are eager to get a very early start in these types of rounds. Instead, they sent Sckrafft in to go hunt right after. But it needs to be careful not to overextend. Oh, Cody! Oh no! Oh, I thought... Oh, I guess it was the spread of the molly. She was not expecting it to go that far. Well, okay. Maybe CLG can still find her way back in because you still have a BiBiAhn who is alive. Goosebreeder already catching the flankers to come in rotating. That means Oya here is now in a 1 versus 3. Already takes down the first. With a good nade upon her. Half HP is left upon Oya. It's hoping the scout boosts herself up, but needs to make some noise in order to clear out the rest of the site. There's so many angles still to be checking. All right, spotted the first. Oh, it goes off the scope. And that is the opportunity for Goosebreeder. 5 right now here up on the table. CLG slowly bridging the gap.
I have to, wonder if it wouldn't have been the better move for Olia to try and save that AWP instead. 1 versus 2, that was always going to be ridiculously difficult to come out on top of. And, well, we saw it play out, right? She unscopes at just the wrong time, not expecting Goosebreeder to re-peek after seeing an AWP. Like, who does that? Goosebreeder does that. So much confidence. And unfortunately, that Saints back down onto upgraded pistols. They want some cash into the next round because, of course, we are inching ever closer to the half. The CLG really are making an impact here. Getting into Saints' heads, really keeping them on their toes, keeping them off balance.
When they execute. And most likely the CTs will be stuck right behind it. There is only a pistol up in... Okay, on the CT box. It's fine. Get the kill. And that's a second. There's a gap in the smoke. Saints might have an opportunity here. They might go out and punish because now these smokes are about to fade and there is barely any util left right now for CLG. Oh, the trades. They're up on the board. Sckrafft gets another. It's a 2-on-2. There is no recovered rifle though, sadly. And maybe Code. Oh, misses the shot. And once again, what is happening? It is Saints taking home a pistol round. A complete eco. But they do, I guess they punish. There are some mistakes that CLG can't afford to make.
Ecoed. Yeah, The execute from CLG was fantastic. We saw it from them on round 2 or 3, I believe, when they had the 3 Mac 10s and they went in really, really aggressively. Didn't work on that round. Didn't work in this round. And weirdly enough, this time, like, they had a huge advantage. So I think that like set A execute is just a little too telegraphed. And Saints, look, even with pistols, I don't think that, or rather even knowing and understanding the strategy, they shouldn't be able to get that much value with pistols, but well done to them. They've won the half.
Oh yeah, just on fire. Completely blind, still flicks upon Kelsey. Even though Sckrafft now is taken out, Daria has so much information, grabs the AWP, and is looking for even more. It's now a 1 versus 2 post-plant, and BiBiAhn is so extremely low. It's very tough. Obviously, here's the sound user on the name. It will become the death of her. That is incredibly rough. And Saints just crawl up to 9. There's now 1 more round to be playing for. And luckily, because of the lost bonus and the money that they have been able to stack up, CLG can buy up. But you want to prevent them from hitting double digits here.
What an amazing recovery from Saints. First, the eco round where they're able to come out on top of that. And then Olya getting 2 very impressive kills to lock down the A site. A site's not CLG's best friend for like an instant execute. Let's see if they can keep this up here as Kayde is looking for Sckrafft, but of course Olya has got her number as well. I'm starting to read into each other's movements a little bit better here, and as you said, CLG, or rather Saints, looking to hit that double digits. I wasn't expecting myself to be saying that in this match. I'm really impressed.
The Mirage pick, it's not quite working out as a Vertigo was. Surprisingly, it might be a reverse sweep here. Now let's see what the strategy is going to be. CLG need to make this one count. So far, looking to set their bomb to actually go the way of B. We haven't seen that many B hits. I don't think a bomb has been planted at B at all in this first half. So it would be fun to see what they can do with that one. Sckrafft this time again. Sure, the Molotov pushes her actually a little bit forward. A good trade though. This is what we need to see, but BiBiAhn can't quite get the second kill as well. So the numbers stay in favor of Saints. The pressure is on. Once again, there are some good trades. But with the player advantage still maintaining on the side of Saints, will make it 2. That means the pressure is up on Kayde with an AWP in her hand. It is her favorite weapon, but a missed shot is far from ideal. They next need to be absolutely perfect, but there's so little time. There's only 15 seconds about to be hitting. The bomb and the smoke, trying to fake it out, hoping still for a kill to be getting. All right, the Glock will have to be, but no, instead, Saints grab double digits and are looking to go in with a reverse sweep. Find out what happens after this break.
From your favorite cup, but you're still not waking up. Oh, what a mess. You know how the story goes. Same as yesterday, or so I'm told. Sweep the filthy truth underneath the bed. Cobwebs in the corners inside your head. Oh, what a mess. We've got to clean it up. We trudge right through the
Well, well, well. How the turns table. Saints have managed to give themselves a very strong lead into this half. 10-5, double digits secured, and CLG sent spiraling. Now, of course, they're going to be moving in onto their own CT side. And Velas, this pistol, this is going to be pivotal for them.
This honestly might need to be going the way of CLG. Red, you want to get that momentum back on your side. Now, they have made a good guess, because right now it seems like Saints are looking to go contact B here. And they are with 3 players here, and including maybe a very crucial nade in the hands of Mads as soon as they spot a player. And they're just waiting it out here for the time being. Now they're going to be lining up all that util. Nate will be thrown. And alright, it will definitely chip away at some of the players. Actually, an eye for an eye here. BiBiAhn will actually grab a second. And suddenly the pressure is on. CLG looking a lot stronger. Oh yeah, with a drop bomb right in front of her nose. But it will be denied. And CLG have been longing for that 6th round. And they get it up on the board.
Oh, all-important pistol secured. Quick update, folks. Team Factor Ruby up 7-0 versus Starfish on the second map. After winning the first one, they might just be securing their first win of the season. So that's really exciting for them. Looking forward to seeing how that ends itself out. But yeah, CLG looking good here for this start. Deny bomb plant, so Saints aren't going to be able to buy into anything. Okay, well, there's like an upgraded pistol, but not much more than that.
No, obviously, I just did get a kill, so I definitely understand as to why the PT-50 was being bought into. You know, a little bit of extra firepower wouldn't hurt anyone. And instead of a completely apartments push, they're gonna try the same thing, only this time up in the palace. Kelsey sitting on the ladder. Most likely, as soon as she hears something, we'll take a bit of a different angle. Waiting has, of course, a perfect angle when it comes to an MP9, having the close range to work with. Actually, it's eager to take a bit of a peek. Maybe she can catch her timing. Instead, right now, it's only Oya who has been left here. The bomb is actually making its way back towards the spawn, back towards B.
Well, that's information. It is not going to be an A hit. And rotations from CLG are going to come through as well. BiBiAhn, oh, this backstab could be so deadly.
Oh, love this. I'm not sure how that nade did absolutely nothing, but the flank certainly will. At the end of the day, looks to be once again a clean round. It's only Bunny left with 7 HP. She's on the hunt. There is a BiBiAhn who's also very low right in front of her, but instead she just grabs another one for her book. It is 18 frags in the hands of BiBiAhn as we speak. We already highlighted her, of course, in between the 2 maps as to, you know, the rifler stepping up. Kaude, it has been a little bit more quiet. We'll have to admit that. But I guess when the funds are not on the table, you always have a rifler to rely on.
Indeed. And of course, they were on their T side. So now that they're on CT, when they have the cash in the bank, I think KD is definitely going to have more opportunities to shine. Nice early damage there from BiBiAhn.
Oh.
And of course, the cleanup from KD means player advantage for CLG very early on.
Oh, they're just right walking out of mid, knowing how much pressure already has been put upon it. And one by one, it doesn't quite help as well. So definitely the pace has been set once again by CLG. They're actually looking to continue. Definitely some big balls here on the side of CLG. Love to see it. The confidence seems to be back upon the table. Now the only question is, how will they close out the round? Obviously, maybe some chance is still left here for Saints. There's a Daria looking at an opportunity right in front of her. Oh, and this is brilliant. This double kill needed to be going the way of Saints, and now still a 3-on-3 with a minute left on the clock.
And with 2 Saints players moving in towards not B, okay. That would have probably been the better, I suppose, maneuver. But now they're going to edge their way slightly over towards this A site. CLG still not 100% certain on where they're going to go, but I just thought, yes! Gets the kill. Such an important kill onto K-Day. Basically cracks open the A site. And then, okay, I don't know where that went, but yeah, now they have the site free and clear.
Yeah, Kelsey was sort of looking behind her, not too sure where the players could be coming from. Still going to be trying to see if they could go for it, but with 2 MP9s, will be tricky. Alright, that's the first, and maybe now up close. Maybe they can make some magic happen. Good flashbang that goes in. Kelsey instead will try and see if she could stick the bomb, and if there is enough distraction here. Oh no, instead. Ooh, alright, the trade is up on the table. Alright, this is what we like to see. CLG taking a bit of a risk, but it is paying off, and with that, an 8th round up on the board. They are slowly creeping in closer. Saints are yet to win around here.
Heartbreaking round for Saints. I mean, they came so close to winning that one out. Daria here in mid, getting these 2 kills, opening up that A site so they can get in and get that bomb down. And somehow the dual MP9s, like here, it is unreal to me that they're able to get these 2 kills as well. But they do. Plus the defuse. And now K-Day, she's got the AWP in her hands. This is what we were worried about for Saints. With only a 2-round deficit, and Saints, of course, teetering on the edge of absolute busted economy. This round is going to be incredibly important for them.
Oh, look how far BiBiAhn has creeped. So I think most likely this position went unchecked. So if they do decide to go for an A, or if they send a lurker about, she could have a very crucial position. And in fact, that bomb is slowly making his way back. Once again, Saints have a plan in mind, and they seem a bit hesitant to try and fully commit to that plan, and immediately abort it as soon as they spot a lot of presence toward a certain site, and maybe not having as much confidence as they had on that first half.
BiBiAhn. That's just not fair. Tucked away in the corner. No one expects her there. Swings out for the 3rd kill as well. And this is just bullying at this point.
And this is exactly what I was worried about. So they execute that site completely. And ultimately, you know, the 2 areas that then you would have to focus on is dark / the balcony and sandwich. And they just, like, everyone is just straight up walking into the meat grinder. And of course we know that BiBiAhn, she doesn't seem to miss at all. Her aim has been on point today. And simply just winning the duels most of the time. So right now, most likely a tied up scoreline here up at stake. Unless CLG once again will lose a round against some pistols. This time a couple of upgraded ones. And a complete execute once again coming on out. No flashes here to support though, so that makes things very difficult to still make use of this site. Kelsey swings around, gets another kill, and this is nice. Even though there was an opportunity ahead, good swing, and CLG still are alive with all 5 of them.
I thought HSDOT was going to try like a around the world over towards B. I mean, CLG are sending players just in case, but they still have this huge stack over towards the A site. And of course, it's going to be BiBiAhn who cleans out the last kill of the round. Flawless victory in that one. As yes, the score is now tied up. Saints, such a strong performance on their CT half, and their T side has just looked flimsy. And you've had their shine out moments. Obviously, Sckrafft has been good across the board, but she's also had a bit of a tough time here. Still way up there in the kills, right? Like she's hot on the heels of BiBiAhn for kills, but it's not enough. We need the rest of Saints to activate her, particularly here on this T side.
Yeah, but Sckrafft has become a bit quiet. Of course, keep in mind she was at 16-1 at some point, and since that moment, she's only been getting 4 more kills after that. So it has completely flattened out. Now has been taken out on the cause of a nade. You hate to see it. And Saints, now that means the rest of the players need to wake up fairly soon now. This smoke, can see if you can make something happen right now towards the middle. They're certainly eager to do so. And Daria has spotted a B player. So there is some info gathered around here. But what will you do with that information?
So here's a rough statistic for you. Sckrafft was 16-1 on round 7. So she was averaging more than 2 kills per round at round 7. In the last 13 rounds, she's only got 4 kills.
Yeah.
CLG have her number.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, when she were popping off the target, it landed right upon her back. They were actually, CLG did such a good job towards the end of the first half in order to counteract her positioning. Oh man, and once again, they bully with their food. Bunny at least will get one more back, but Goose is still alive and kicking. Now 10 seconds, and I think CLG might have just done enough there. We'll go for the plant. Oh no! Oh, okay, they actually managed to get it. I'm not sure how. There was a leg shot. But of course, Bunny put under so much pressure. 2 angles to be holding, and with that, CLG are getting the lead. They have completely turned the tide. And maybe after all, you know, they are showing that this is their meta pick. And they can indeed come back.
Oh, this is the first time on the second map that they've taken the lead in the series, which at round 21 for CLG is so weird. Especially when you consider that the last map was a 16-2?
Yeah. I mean, we do love to see a nice competitive map coming out. And who knows? Saints, definitely, it is far from over just yet. Full-on rifles are back up on the table. Oh, alright. Yeah, this is, again, BiBiAhn is full confidence mode right now. Goes for the swing. All right, doesn't quite hit. Fall back immediately. So they continue to keep their control over towards middle. Show a bit of presence. Obviously, the smoke has now faded, so you need to be working out some different magic. And now results into BiBiAhn being super overly exposed. And then going down. Kaude, no! Oh, a bit hesitant of hitting the shot. Obviously, a very tricky angle to work with. That results in 2 players being down on the side of CLG.
And that's the best possible start for Saints because it's BiBiAhn and Kaude. If there was ever a chance that you were going to make this work, it would be by taking out those 2 players. They've lost one of their own, but if they can maintain some semblance of control here, they could even out the score again.
Good nade upon the site. That's even more damage shipped away. You might need that when you're going up against an additional player. A very good opening here to be getting. That evens out the numbers. Now, where are the remaining of these teams? Two of them are tucked right in the site. No 180 turn. And instead, Oya is coming alive here for Saints. A very crucial 2K to be getting. And with this, they stay within margin. They tie up the scoreline once again.
Little bit close for comfort there, I feel like, for Saints. Really down to the wire, but able to maintain that control like we said. And yes, evening out the scoreline for themselves. It was costly. They lost a lot of players in that. And of course, the reinvest is not going to be ideal by any measure, but they're definitely still alive in this game. And that's what we love to see.
Up close and personal. Goosebreeder is hitting her shots. Oh, no, actually. It was not Goosebreeder. Kelsey was right behind her. Got the kill instead. Well, you know, kill's a kill. Win is a win. CLG obviously need to make sure that they're not losing track of some of the other positionings. Instead, Kaude working a magic off of ticket box. And that gives Goosebreeder some work, some room now to work with. But the footsteps have been heard. Just not certainly has that intel. But of course, she's just by her own. She is here, hoping to catch a rotation. Because that bomb is lurking over towards the B-bomb site.
Now, Saints have to do a lot here to recover from losing those first 2 players. They're very split across the map. Next kill is going to be make or break and super important. If Saints can get this, that will probably determine the round. And no, it's going to be Goosebreeder shutting down H's start. And as the bomb moves towards the B site, doesn't look good.
That's only all, yeah. And honestly, with the money that is somewhat at a low end, I really want to see if you can hold on to this rifle. Because I think if she can save, maybe there is some money to work with if you do want to force. But at the end of the day, you know, knowing, of course, how sort of Mirage can be this ping-pong type of map, economy is very, very crucial. Now, it's a rough one. I just thought around 3k. So maybe you can have a player, for example, play with the Mac-10 instead or an upgraded pistol. Depending on what the strategy will be. And there we go. That is also another tech timeout here being used by Saints. Actually, thinking back of Vertigo, I don't think we saw any tech timeouts, or only just technical ones, not tactical. Maybe ideally I would have liked to see more of those being used over on Vertigo. I do like them now coming out over on this map because, you know, there's a lot hanging off of this round and a couple to come after.
I'm looking forward to this next one. Olya with the Mac-10. Obviously, she's going to be playing that kind of entry tip of the spear play. And of course, her getting an opening kill will be crucial to helping crack open the round because, of course, CLG... Okay, they flashed out! That's big!
Kelsey here needs to hold her ground. Can't quite do the job just yet. There's a lot of damage dealt. But there is a player advantage. Now, BiBiAhn about to be tested. A lot of aggression coming out of these T's. And they clear both of them. Very crucial one to be getting. Now, Sckrafft still playing up the close angle. No, and I just not taken out by a nade. That means Sckrafft needs to turn around, do the job. But instead, it will be once again CLG coming in with another victory. A very important round to be getting, sort of solidifying yourself here in this second half. The money is slowly getting in a very good spot here for CLG Red. Saints, of course, on the back of that round, they have now more funds. They can get an AWP back out for Olya. But, you know, the gap is slowly widening again. That means the pressure is back upon Saints.
That round was also intense for Saints. I think that CLG did a really, really good job of using a lot of that utility, a lot of their spray to get those players low. So when it came down to the actual retake, it was just doing a little bit of cleanup. It still got dicey, but they maintained incredibly well. Now, however, Bunny getting that first kill onto Goosebreeder, that could be the opening that they need.
Oh, BiBiAhn strikes back immediately. And again, I think IceSaltHub is struggling a little bit here. Stuck on 10 kills. Continuously wants to create some openings. Gets denied that opportunity. Now, Bunny, RGL here for Saints. Here's again a lot of presence going down over towards jungle. So instead, Saints send back the rest of the squad towards that B site. Rotation has come through, and BiBiAhn and Mads here are most likely the ones that need to be doing the job here for CLG Red. Oh no, that's such a crucial kill. Bunny already thinking that they have rotated off and instead just doesn't check the site.
Mads gets so much information given over to the rest of her team, and they're able to very quickly lay down some smokes and slowly delete the last few players from Saints as they try and push their way onto the site from apartments. Very, very well done once again from CLG. And now, economy, you spoke about it, right? Now Saints are in a tough tough spot, and they have to consider the when I say long-term ramifications, there isn't much long-term left at this point, but CLG winning this round does put them on match and series points. So Saints, cognizant of that, will spend very, very little into this round so that they can try and keep themselves afloat in the next.
They're all lining up. Okay, instead, it is actually Dario getting the kill. Maybe Kelsey now can continue this cleanup game. A nade will be thrown. Daria met with her death. Now, the bomb, of course, it did go down. And now Sckrafft in a 1 versus 2. Almost gets mad here. Nice opportunity. Good shot. But instead, now CLG will grab their 15th and will get to map and series point.
Oh, man. My heart goes out to Saints because they start this map on such a good footing. Get themselves to double the scoreline of CLG by the end of the first half. But into the second, the best they can string together is 1 round, as CLG consistently read into their movements and shut them down at every available turn. Now this is their last chance to grant themselves that stay of execution, to give themselves a lifeline to hold on to. 4 rounds, and we could be seeing overtime, but it starts here. And if they can't get it, then well, that's it for this matchup. And the overall scoreline in the group starts to look a little concerning.
Things are taking these very slow. Have Dara here to scout about. But this is so insane. So they have Kaude holding top of mid, and that results in BiBiAhn having such an aggressive position when it comes to short. So this part of the map on complete lockdown. Daria doesn't really dare to take a peek. Of course, is aware that this angle is a possibility, but instead, patience pays off, and BiBiAhn gets that opening. Now, the A side about to be hit, though, and how will CLG deal with this? Oh, the 2K coming through. Again, Kelsey, yeah, this is very difficult right now. Oh, you does spot that one player. Oh, but before she's even able to shoot, CLG come and conquer this map. At the end of the day, it's going to be theirs. Even though, you know, there were some slip-ups, especially in that first half. But they can adapt, they learn from their mistakes, and they take home the victory.
And this is a